Summer Engelberg, and today I'm going to be doing my speech on topic development. The first thing to do when you're developing your speech is you need to find and research information sources. The best way to start is with your own personal experiences and knowledge. And when you're going over this in your topics, you need to make sure that you tell everybody what your credentials are and what qualifies you to be talking on this subject. After your personal experiences, what you need to do is your secondary research, which is information discovered by other people, which can be from website sources, library books, articles, or anything else that's written by somebody else. When you're doing this, you need to make sure that your sources are accurate and reliable. They need to be able to give you unbiased information, and they need to have a history of presented valid and accurate information as well. Also, make sure that they have the authority to be speaking on this subject. When you have an author listed on a web page, you should be able to find a link on the bottom of the page that can get you to where their credentials are cited. You need to check those and make sure that they're able to be used. You need to also get their objective on it. Everybody has a perspective on any topic that you have. They're going to feel one way versus the other on it, but you need to make sure when you're using their information that what they're giving is not leaning more towards one way. As I said earlier, it needs to be an unbiased amount of information. And also make sure that the information that you're getting from them is relevant. You need to make sure that whatever you're using directly relates to your topic and supports your main points, because any unrelevant information can confuse your listeners. After your personal experiences and your secondary research, if you still need more information, you can do what's called primary research, which is collecting data from the real world or anyone with personal knowledge of the topic that you're on. There's a few main ways that this can be done. The first main way is what's known as fieldwork observations. It's when you go to a person or a group of people and you observe what they're doing in the community, which is related to your topic. So whatever your source is, you go to that community and you kind of watch them for a few days and take notes and use that as your source. Another way you can get the primary research is through surveys. You can do this in person or over the phone, and you can collect the data from the internet or paper and pencil documents, whatever's easier for you to kind of keep up with the information that you're getting. And the third and most common way that I would say would be the interviews. You can do this either in person, over the phone, or online through Skype or any other type of video chatting. When you're doing interviews, there's a few types of questions that are best to be used to get information from them. The first type of questions would be the rapport questions. These are going to be simple questions at the beginning of the survey to kind of help set the tone, ease the interviewee, let them know that it's going to be okay and that you're going to have respect for them as well. You're also going to have what's called primary questions, and these are the intro questions that are kind of more broad and on the main topics of whatever your subject is going to be. After the primary questions, you're going to have what's called secondary questions. And these are the questions that are going to probe into the answers that they give you to the primary questions. This is what's going to give you a little more detail and a little more information to the topic that you're having. You can also have open-ended questions, which are going to be broad questions, and this will give the interviewee able to give their perspective and ideas and information on the topic that they have. And then the closed-ended questions are going to be very narrow questions that you give that are very brief responses, such as 1 or 2 words. It can be yes or no questions. And these questions are what keeps the interviewer in control, and this also helps the subject to be able to stay contained to whatever your topic is, and that way the interviewee doesn't, get off on rabbit trails and get you talking about all sorts of other things. You also need to select relevant information to whatever your topic is going to be. One thing you can use is factual statements, and these are going to be statements that you can verify and you can show evidence that they're true. You can also use statistics, and those are numerical facts that obviously can be verified as well. It's only best if you can verify the statistics that you use. You need to make sure that they're recent. You need to make sure that they're something that the listeners can use in these days and not past days. And you also make sure that you have examples, which are specific instances to explain a factual statement. And also expert opinions work as well, which these are judgments from an authority on a particular subject, someone that is verified to speak on that subject as well. You can have anecdotes and narrative. Anecdotes are brief and usually amusing stories, and narratives are personal experience and normally lengthier stories. Both of these are used to keep the audience's attention and have them listening for the whole time. Make sure that you also record the information for your citations. Citations help your credibility and also help the audience to be able to evaluate the information you're giving to make sure that it's credible. But these were a few points, and I hope that you can use them later on for your speeches for the rest of the semester.